The conflict between Russia and Ukraine is one of the most significant geopolitical crises of the 21st century. It has caused political, economic, and military instability in Eastern Europe and has led to the loss of thousands of lives. In this video, we will explore the causes and history of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. To understand the current conflict, we need to look at the historical background of the region. Ukraine was a part of the Soviet Union until its collapse in 1991. After gaining independence, Ukraine became a sovereign state, but its relationship with Russia remained complicated. Russia saw Ukraine as a critical strategic partner and an essential buffer zone between NATO and Russia. Moreover, Ukraine and Russia had a shared history and culture, and many Russians viewed Ukraine as an integral part of their own nation. In 2014, Ukraine underwent a political revolution known as the Euromaidan. Protests erupted in Kyiv against the pro-Russian government of President Viktor Yanukovych, who was accused of corruption and favoritism towards Russia. Yanukovych fled the country, and a pro-Western government took power. Russia saw this as a threat to its national interests and began its annexation of Crimea, a Ukrainian territory that had historically been part of Russia. The annexation of Crimea was a significant turning point in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. In February 2014, Russian military forces entered Crimea, took control of government buildings, and held a referendum on whether to join Russia. The referendum was considered illegal by the international community, and the UN General Assembly passed a resolution declaring it invalid. However, Russia proceeded to annex Crimea, which was met with condemnation from the West. The annexation of Crimea led to a wave of protests and unrest in eastern Ukraine, where many ethnic Russians lived. In response, pro-Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine declared independence, and fighting broke out between Ukrainian military forces and separatist rebels. The conflict quickly escalated, with both sides accusing the other of war crimes and human rights violations. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine has been deeply intertwined with geopolitical tensions between the West and Russia. The West, particularly the United States and NATO, has been critical of Russia's actions in Ukraine and has imposed economic sanctions in response. Moreover, NATO has increased its military presence in Eastern Europe, which has been seen as a provocation by Russia. Russia, on the other hand, has accused the West of interfering in Ukraine's internal affairs and supporting anti-Russian elements in the country. Moreover, Russia has argued that its actions in Ukraine are a response to NATO's expansion and the encroachment of Western influence in its traditional sphere of influence. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine has had a significant humanitarian impact on the region. Thousands of people have been killed or injured, and more than 2 million people have been displaced from their homes. The conflict has also led to a breakdown in infrastructure, with many areas suffering from a lack of basic services such as water and electricity. Thank you for watching my channel. I hope you found the content helpful and informative. If you enjoy my videos, please consider subscribing to Outero for more great content like this. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know when I release new videos, and you'll be supporting my channel in the process. Thanks again for your support, and I hope to see you again soon.